Hey witches, it's Willow Moonlight, and today I have a video for you. I was cleaning out this room some time ago, and I came across this envelope. If you can see, there is a pentacle on it. It's not quite being picked up by the camera, and I'm getting a bit of a shadow. However, this is an old spell that I've done, and I can't quite remember what's in here. So I would like to open up this envelope and take a look. Okay, so I have my altar set up. I'm just going to use this little section here. So here is the envelope, and it's sealed. And I'm going to read this out loud. I would like to communicate the following. I would make an excellent student in the Masters of Education in Counseling program. I would make a wonderful counselor through that program. I would make a wonderful employee at any company because I am reliable, committed, and have an incredible work ethic. My novel I am writing has an important message, and I hope that somebody reads it. I want to communicate effectively and am willing to learn how. I want to work with other people and learn from them. And then over here I have a bunch of words that I wrote. Hardworking, critical thinker, steady, collaborative, practical, secure, edgy, intellect, educator, willing to learn, being good with the public, born to be a climber, committed, unique. I have all of these qualities that I wrote that I wanted to manifest. So I should probably tell you now that it's coming back to me. Originally, I did want to be a counselor. However, I was rejected from 2 programs, and it really just shattered my spirit. I don't know if I really want to talk about that story just yet. However, I will be honest with you that there was another career at one point that I really had my heart set on, and it did not happen. And for practical reasons, I did choose another route. So the points that I made in my letter here, I would make an excellent student in the Masters of Education and Counseling program. Well, I guess not, because I wasn't accepted, but I tried my best to manifest that. I would make a wonderful counselor through that program. Well, I guess I didn't end up doing that program because I was rejected, so I would make a wonderful employee at any company because I am reliable, committed, and have an incredible work ethic. I think pretty well everyone can build themselves up like that. I think it takes a lot more to be a good counselor than just being reliable and committed and having work ethic. There's a lot more. My novel, well, I've tried to write many novels in my life, and I start and then I stop and I forget about them. I don't know if I would really write a novel at this point in my life. I think that my heart has changed on that. And I want to communicate effectively, and I'm willing to learn how. Yes, I do struggle with communicating with people, and being in social settings really makes me nervous. And I would love to be able to just be better at that. And I want to work with other people and learn from them. Well, that's true. I definitely do. And I find it really hard in my current job to do that because it just feels like, or I just keep thinking that I'm behind, that everyone is so much further ahead of me. And I feel a sense of shame if I don't know how to do something, because I had to go through an extensive training program for a couple years in order to obtain that vocation. And it really breaks my heart when people look at me funny when I am honest with them in what I don't know. I feel shame. And I'm sharing this with you, and I'm not going to put a positive spin on this because this is real. This is me looking at sides of myself that I don't particularly like. I don't know. There's just some things I kind of have to think about, I guess, and then I can speak to you a little bit more, but I'm not going to tell you not to give up or, anything like that. I'm just telling you right now, in this moment, that it's hard. It's really hard to get by. And even if you go in there with an enthusiastic attitude, it doesn't take much for my spirits to be dampened by somebody else. So that's an old manifestation letter that I wrote. And I think I want to keep it. And that way I know in the future what, how far I've come along. So I was at the art store a few days ago, and I found this beautiful note card. And I think what really drew me to this was the colors. If you see it, it's kind of dark. And it's kind of like there's a cave within that flower. This is a Georgia or O'Keeffe print. And it's like we're really going to go into depth here and explore the underworld, the shadow self, the sides of myself that I don't particularly want to see. So I think what inspired me to do this was reading that old card, and I would like to take this opportunity to write to Hecate and tell her a little bit more about myself and what I want to work on, things that I want to remember. This past weekend, I bought a new pen. I don't know if you can see this really well. It's a dip pen and it's green. It's good. And I think it really goes well with my altar. And I'm going to use this violet perfumed ink that I bought on the weekend and use that. And then at the end, I'm going to seal it with some sealing wax and this little stampy thing here. So I'll be back in a little while, and I do want to share some of what I'm going to write in this card. So I will meet you back here in just a little while. Okay, so I realized I'm not too crazy about the purple ink. It just does not last very long. I can get some letters written, but then you have to constantly dip your pen back in the ink. However, I have some black ink for backup, and I would like to share with you what I wrote in this card. So, to Hecate, please guide me in this journey I am on. At times I feel small and unworthy. I allow too often for other people to evaluate me. At this phase of life, I can name my flaws. I do not always need someone else to evaluate me. I just end up victimizing myself. I have the tools and resources in front of me to be better. Yes, people will judge me. They will judge my inexperience, my actions, and my character. It does not mean they are bad or I am bad. Distinguish feedback from being torn down. Know thyself. Remind me from time to time where I've come from, even if you have to knock me down. Teach me kindness and how to empower. Bless me with empowering people, as in, like, bless me with people in my life who can empower me. Show me when and where to forgive and when and where to not. Allow me to understand my insecurities in a space I can change and confront my own darkness. I will be a mentor. Please humble me. I am no different than those who embark the same journey at another time. May only pure love and your wisdom come through. From Willow Moonlight, July 23rd, 2019. So I'm just going to let the ink dry for a little while before I apply the wax. So I'll see you in a few minutes.